Hey Shawn, thanks for having me on the show. I really love watching your content online and you talk a lot about balance. So my question is, how do I figure out where to put my energy so I can create momentum without sacrificing everything else?
Well, Fred, are you dealing with overwhelm? Are you dealing with a whole bunch of things, different projects, different tasks that are sparking that feeling of overwhelm for you? So describe a little bit more about what's going on.
Yeah, so exactly. I feel like I'm being pulled in every direction, like you have a business that you're trying to run, then you have multiple clients that you need to try and make the best thing happen for them. Then you have to grow your own business. Then you have a girlfriend that you have to spend more time on. Then you have, sport that you have to do. You try to stay healthy, right? And so it seems like all these different things, the more attention I can put into any one of those, the better results I get and the more momentum I build for them. But then inevitably, I'm not having the time for the other things, right? So I always kind of get stuck on this thing, like how do I manage my time so everything can like grow? But I feel like when I do that, it kind of feels sometimes like nothing's really moving the needle enough, right?
Yeah. No, I totally understand. So in my practice, visualization is important, and I want you to visualize like a vase or a vase on the desk in front of you, and I want you to imagine that you've got like 5 to 7 oranges on the table and you have a whole bunch of Skittles. So this is an oranges and Skittles conversation. So the oranges really represent the things in your life that are the greatest priority for you, the current focus right now. So step number one is you've got to really go through that list of things that are pulling you in different directions, feeling like Gumby, you feel stretched and thin in the process.
Yeah.
You've got to prioritize in your mind, for example, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is this task, relationship, occupation, side hustle, whatever that is, from 0 to 10, what is it? And what you're trying to figure out is maybe 5 to 7 real big priorities. So back to the visualization. If I were to, and Skittles are all of the distractions of life, the emails that you've got to follow up on, the stuff that's urgent but not real important, the temporary fires that jump up, because think of those as the busyness of life, not really the productivity of life, but all the things that we've got to do. So if I take a bag of Skittles, which are all of those distractions, dump it into that vase, and then try to take the big priorities of my life represented by the oranges and put
Yeah.
them on top, it doesn't fit. It just you can't fit it into the day, and that's what you're feeling like right now, right? But here's the shift. If I then instead take everything out of that vase, and I'm sorry I can't give you a better visual, but if I took everything out and then
Yeah.
I took those 5 to 7 oranges and put them in first,
Right.
I take all those Skittles and then drop them into the vase. The Skittles kind of move
Wow.
and fall and go where they're supposed to go. But what you've really done is you've recommitted to, number one, living on purpose. Okay. Figuring out what is my priority right now. And those things change over time. Priorities can
Right.
shift and change over time. Today it could be X, and 2 weeks from now it could be Y. But what's important is to always kind of think first, what am I trying to accomplish? What are the big things right now that I need to move forward in my life? And then the Skittles of life will fall where they may. But I think that's really the missing piece, because if you try to do everything at one time and you kind of equally prioritize all of this stuff, including the urgent and not important stuff of life, then that's where overwhelm is born. That's where you feel that feeling that you're feeling right now, which is, man, I can't deal with this. This is too crazy for me right now.
Right. So would you say to prioritize the big oranges, as you say, and do them like first in the day and then
Yes.
do the Skittle stuff
Everything
later?
else works around that. If you can get those things in place, if you get those 5 to 7 priorities that you're working on that are important, I would say, let's say it's 8 out of 10 importance
Yeah.
in your life at that time, build those first into, because we all only have the same 24-hour day, right? This is, to
Right.
me, this is a time management and prioritization problem, right? So number
Right.
one, the busyness of life. If you got people pulling you in different ways, if you work in a way where somebody's got to call you and ask your input all the time for a project, every time that happens, you lose something in the process, right? So the
Yeah.
oranges then become, okay, I'm going to set a time now and I'm going to take my phone or any or my email. I'm going to turn off my computer, take my phone, set it aside. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on this for the next hour or 2 hours or whatever it is. Or I'm going to clear my schedule for the afternoon and I'm going to, take my girlfriend out for a great date day or date night or whatever
Yeah.
it is. But what you're really doing is consciously thinking about living on purpose and taking the priorities of your life right now and prioritizing them in your schedule first and letting all of those little skittles of life, the distractions of life, letting them, if you're going to drop it, any balls, wouldn't it be the stuff that really isn't, crazy important for today? Can I put it off to tomorrow? Like my wife likes to say, that's tomorrow's problem. The more you can think about what can fit into today and what you can push off to tomorrow, those important but maybe urgent or nuisance issues, those things are the things that derail you in a day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that the way I've been handling it is that I kind of make this Eisenhower matrix. I don't know if you know what that is. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I have not.
So, like President Eisenhower, he invented that. So it's like you have urgent and important tasks, not urgent,
Yes.
still important,
Oh, yes, I understand
important,
that.
not urgent, not urgent, not important. So I usually go around that, but I find myself that my urgent and important, aka the fires, they
Yeah.
seem
Yes.
to be like so big that by the time I'm done with them, the energy for like the not urgent but yet very important things that I'm trying to get done, that actually would excite me and move the needle, they seem to they don't have the type of time and energy anymore. So maybe I will just try to make sure that those things that are not urgent but actually important, maybe I put them first, and I try to kind of prioritize based on those things that like I need to do every day, right? Like if I want to be more fit, right? If I want to grow my business, then I need to do those things for sure. But it also feels like the fires, if I don't take care of the fires, then the fires are going to grow out of proportion. So I guess there's that issue. Maybe I just need to reduce the fires and then make sure I can actually do them later when after I've done the couple of
Yeah.
important stuff. And I try to reduce maybe the couple of important stuff so I can get them done. And it's not like a huge list of important things that if I do all of them, then there's really no more time for the fires, right? Maybe I have to also prioritize a bit on that front.
Yeah, you definitely need to put out the fires, otherwise the whole house burns down, right? So that,
Absolutely, yeah.
but I also really I think it would be an important exercise for you to go through your day and understand what is the genesis of these fires. For example, you may have a coworker or somebody that you collaborate with that seems to walk along your path every day starting a new fire. Everything's urgent for them. That's just their mindset or their mentality, or they think that they can call you at any time for any task.
Yeah,
I think the more boundaries you put in, hey, listen, for the next 2 hours, I'm not going to be available.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm just not. I'm working on a special project. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't do that. The more you can, because what ends up happening is sometimes these people that start all of these little fires or situations that started, if you give them direction and they know that they don't have instant access to you, they usually figure out a way to put the fire out themselves, right? So I would
yeah,
need to better understand maybe where those are coming from, but you understand the point. Like life is built on prioritizing the things that mean the most for you, because when everything is said and done, we're never going to remember all the skittles of life, but we're going
yeah,
to remember all of the big things, the oranges that were important to us, our physicality, our relationships, our faith,
yeah,
those types of things. Our job, it's important to have those conversations with ourselves and to reassess your priority list. But I think that's what's going on. You need to. This is a boundary issue, a time management and prioritization issue. And
yeah,
the good news is it's easy to solve. Okay, it happens to
yeah,
everyone, but it takes some conscious thought. And you're going to have to let go of some things that you're doing now that may feel important, but are quite honestly maybe a distraction for you.
right, right. Well, thanks so much, Shawn. I really appreciated it, Mr. Graybeard.
Hey,
Thank
you're
you so
welcome.
much. I
I
so
hope you
much.
got some
Bye
value.
bye.
Let me know if anything else jumps up that you need some advice or perspective on. Okay.
Appreciate it. You helped me a lot, and I really got a bit of a insight now that I can move forward in a more positive direction. Thanks so much.
Excellent. Nice talking with you, Fred. Take care.
Take care.